Hey, this is Ryan Levesque here, Inc. 500 CEO and #1 national best-selling author. And the reason why I'm shooting this video here today is I wanted to say a few words about Justin Donald. Now, Justin is someone that I initially met through a dad's group that we're both part of. And we met in a kind of interesting circumstance, both dads part of this group, but I had no idea what Justin really knew and what he was capable of until months later when I was reaching out to my network and I was asking who knows someone who can help me really sort of build my investment portfolio and really build an investment portfolio that's focused on generating passive income for me and my family. And all roads kept pointing to this one guy, Justin. Now, when I met Justin initially, I had no idea that he had this type of expertise. And frankly, in the world of investing, I came into my relationship with Justin with a fair bit of skepticism. And, I'd learned Justin's story. Like, here's this guy that, supposedly sold his company and is now living off the passive income from the investments that he's created. And I thought, gosh, it almost seems too good to be true. And Justin's such a friendly guy. Is it really true that this guy is as nice as he seems on the surface and as knowledgeable sort of underneath, behind the scenes? And I kind of spent the next 3 to 5 months doing my due diligence and saying, like, is this guy legit? Does he really know what he's talking about? And, getting on weekly phone calls with him and just picking his brain and asking him questions and trying to poke holes. And what I found was that, #1, Justin is one of the most genuine, friendly, ethical, just honest people that I've ever met in any profession, not just in the investing world, but in any profession. So that's #1. #2, his level of knowledge is just uncanny. It's incredible. I'll give you a few examples of this. I had a few real estate deals that I was looking at, and I put one of them in front of Justin, and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about investing in this deal. What do you think about it? And here are the reasons why I'm interested in it." And Justin then proceeded to tear it apart and talk about all the reasons why it wasn't something that he would invest in, which was a huge education in and of itself. And then kind of pointed me in the direction of other possible investments that I should look at, and talked about his thinking process behind why these were a much better fit. Now, to kind of put things in perspective, since I've met Justin and since we've been working together, I've been able to increase the amount of passive income that we're generating from investments outside of our core businesses by a factor of more than 10. So we've more than 10x the amount of passive income that we're generating in investments outside of our core businesses after meeting Justin. I have already hit my lifestyle investing goals in less than 6 months of working with Justin and getting access to the deals that he has access to, the investment opportunities, the network that he's introduced me to, and so on and so forth. Through the relationships that I've developed from Justin specifically, I've been able to reduce my taxes by hundreds of thousands of dollars by incorporating strategies that Justin has introduced me to and the professionals that he's introduced me to. So we've done all of that. And the best part is I've accelerated my learning curve in this area of life in a way that I don't think would have ever been possible without working with Justin as someone I consider to be a coach, someone I consider to be a mentor, someone I consider to be a student of in this space, absolutely. So the impact that this is going to have on me and my family and our income in the next 12 months, in the next 5 years, the next 10 years is literally worth millions of dollars. And that's not it's not hyperbole, it's not an exaggeration. And the relationship that I have with Justin has transformed my life. Full stop. And I'll say it again. Justin Donald has transformed my life. And I say that with full sincerity and with a full heart. And for anybody who's considering working with Justin, if you're watching this right now, you're listening to this right now, and you're on the fence and you're thinking, gosh, is it, is everything everything that I've heard about Justin, is it true? I would say that Justin is actually underselling himself in terms of his knowledge, his humility, his network, his experience, his depth of wisdom. It's just so far beyond anything that I've ever seen from anyone else. that Justin gets my absolute highest recommendation and my greatest and biggest endorsement. So if you're thinking about working with Justin and this is something that's on your mind, know that from my perspective, I think this is a very wise decision. I'm incredibly grateful for my relationship with Justin. As I said it before, I'll say it again, Justin has transformed my life. So Justin, thank you so much. And anybody considering working with Justin, he gets my absolute highest recommendation. Once again, this is Ryan Levesque, Inc. 500 CEO, #1 national best-selling author, and this video is all about Justin Donald.